How's it going, everybody? This is Chris, or C Huge, from Slappers Only. This here is a little bit of a commentary on the Belltower Gargoyles boss in Dark Souls. It's a tough couple of guys that gave me quite a few problems. I'm not gonna lie, this was not my first time through this. I died, and I died a lot, but maybe you can take a look at what I did here, get a few tips, learn what to do or what not to do. One of the things here you'll notice, these guys, if you're doing a backstab, you actually have a few frames of invincibility. You can backstab them, and it doesn't matter what's going on around you, you're not going to get hurt. I missed this one. That sucked. But backstabbing, especially as a thief class, which is what I started off here, it's important. Like I said, backstabbing is important. The only problem is, as a thief and playing as a quicker class in the game, you kind of get used to the backstab, and I don't want to say you overuse it, but you rely on it, and that's great for most of the guys in the game, like this guy here, but as far as the bosses, it doesn't quite work that well. Switch to a spear because these guys are a pain. I could not figure this part out for the life of me to begin with, trying to do it with my little knife there, and just kept dying. It wasn't so much that I was dying, but I was taking so much damage that I was burning through flasks. Switch to a spear. This one is actually a +1. I increased it a tiny little bit. And you see, I'm mostly doing the heavy thrust. Seems to have a little bit longer reach from my experience. Kills them in 2 hits versus 3 or 4 with just the regular. As you can see, I take a little bit of damage, but you burn through them. Hit multiple at a time. And again, this is a spear. If you had the strength, if you start off as a different class to wield something like a halberd, these guys are a piece of cake. But I didn't do that. Now up here, you'll notice that I'm human right now, or in other words, I'm not hollow, which means I can summon guys into the game. This guy here you'll have met earlier on. Now if you talk to him, right before you run across the bridge into the dragon's fire, you can summon him here. He's not an actual player character. In other words, he's not controlled by a human. He's actually, you summon in a computer player to help you out. But again, it works. And if you read that little blurb that I put on there earlier, you might call this easy mode. You know, you're not doing this alone. You're doing this with somebody else, be it computer or another human. It is a lot easier this way than it would be if you went in by yourself. Like I said, I know from experience. I died, I can't even count how many times. But it's worth it. Like I said, in Dark Souls, you'll know this by now, there's really no such thing as easy mode. There's just live, and otherwise you're going to see the you died screen quite often. Like I said, it's not so much cheating. I don't even look at it as cheap. It's there for you to use. And put it this way, Dark Souls isn't going to give you any advantage whatsoever. This right here, you'll notice for me, it's all about stamina. I chose to go in my lightest equipment that I could with the exception of the shield because it lets me move a lot quicker, and that shield is great because you can block, prevents 100% of the damage as long as you have enough stamina. So again, it's all about the stamina. You got to keep the stamina up in this fight, and that's more important, in my opinion, in this fight than defense or anything like that. Your defense stats can be good, but if you can't move, you can't get around the gargoyle, and if you can't get around the gargoyle, you're always in danger of getting hit. Even if you're behind the gargoyle, you're in danger of getting hit. You can see he's got his tail with the axe on it, and in one of my earlier playthroughs, I was actually able to cut off his tail, and I now have the gargoyle axe. Was not able to do it here, which would have been nice because if you can do it, you can keep him from flying around. You can keep him grounded, and makes it much easier. But like I said, it was not able to do that here. Maybe it's cheap. I'm going to let him go over there, absorb some of the damage while I went and healed up real quick. As you can see, he's going after him. He's getting the flame breath. But then I'm going to come right back in. And we got him down. This actually went real quick here. Once you get the main gargoyle down to half-life, a second one comes in. Like I said, this was quick. I was actually surprised. My first time fighting it with the added help of that guy there. But made a world of difference. Unfortunately, if you're going to look right here, I don't even think I get to kill this guy. I actually feel, this is why I feel a little bit cheap. I'm going to swing a couple times, but he's already dead. Yeah, that, well, it is what it is. I beat it, finally. Like I said, I died probably a good 20 times. But I accomplished it. I feel good about it. Like I said, you can learn from what I did. If you choose to go through that way and summon the guy like I did, know that it is much easier. Especially for one of the weaker classes. I don't want to say the weaker classes, but a class that is not based on strong defensive stats. That's pretty much it. You come up here, you ring the bell, and you're going to move the story along that much closer to ringing the other bell. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to have some more on the way, especially some other bosses. So, thank you.